Here's something you will never ever hear someone say. An entry-level monitor's colors are accurate and beautiful. That is, until OSEE dropped the Lilmon5, which is a 5.5-inch IPS 4K HDMI on-camera monitor. If you were at NAB, you saw the Lilmon5, and you probably heard that it's going to be under $200 and that it's going to be released near the end of May 2023. So let's talk about it. To me, what makes this monitor so special is the fact that it really does a terrific job at reproducing color. What you're actually seeing out of your camera, and in this case, we're looking at footage that was shot on the red Komodo. What I saw on camera and the way that I framed up and what it is that I was shooting and capturing, I could exactly see that on this entry-level monitor. That, to me, is a gigantic leap forward in technology, and especially for OSEE, because I would say that at this point, this little monitor has the best color quality out of all of their on-camera monitors. So let's get a couple things out of the way. What makes it an entry-level monitor? Well, it's mainly made out of plastic. That probably is going to be somebody's reason why they don't pick it up. But for under $200, I would be hard-pressed to say that there is a better monitor on the market than what this little monitor can do. And while we're doing a bit of housekeeping, you all should know that this is not a review. This is more of an overview of the Lilmon5. So OSEE sent it over, asked me to take a look at it. I got a pre-production version of the monitor. I got to use it at this point for 6 weeks, and I'm really impressed with what this little monitor can do. It just really does a good job at what it is supposed to do. Unlike other entry-level monitors, you don't have to, say you flipped it. You want it to film yourself. So you want the monitor facing you, you flip it over. You don't need to go into the menu to then say, flip the image. It automatically flips it for you. It uses one battery instead of two, so you can't hot swap it, but you are able to power it with a barrel connector. Another advantage of the Lilmon5 is that it is a full HD monitor. So it's 1920 by 1080 resolution. A lot of other 5-inch monitors, they don't have that resolution, and they're at much higher price points. Another thing that I really appreciate about this little monitor is the fact that I don't need to go into my camera's menu system and switch it out of 4K via the HDMI, right? There are some entry-level monitors where if you have your camera set to output 4K and you plug into these, entry-level monitors, you end up having to go into the menu and downsizing or downresting your output from HDMI to 1080 in order for these entry-level monitors to work. Well, we don't have that problem with the Lilmon5. It can take in a 4K signal, and of course, it's going to downscale it to 1080 when you're actually viewing, because you're not viewing a 4K signal. But one really impressive thing about this new monitor, to me, is the fact that OSEE has updated their operating system. This is a touchscreen panel. So no more dealing with the little joystick, no more dealing with any kind of buttons that we see on so many entry-level monitors. You can literally touch the screen, choose which tool you want to use, whether it be peaking, whether it's that edge tool, that's the hybrid peaking type tool that helps you with focus. You can pull up your scopes. You can pull up false color. You can customize multiple pages so that if you're using a monitor, say, indoors, you have tools that you would normally use indoors available to you. Or if you're outside, you can obviously, every time I'm outside, I leverage false color to make sure that I nail my exposure, because there's nothing worse than blowing out the sky. This monitor is daylight viewable. Check this out. So the fact that this monitor can live inside or outside and you're able to use it without any extra accessories is kind of cool. One other, again, advantage for someone like me, when I'm outside, I like to wear my sunglasses. My sunglasses are polarized. This monitor allows me to see what's on the screen even if I'm wearing polarized sunglasses. That's a big plus for me too. Not needing a hood. Of course, how many times have you ever left your studio, your office, your house? You wanted to film something outside. The monitor that you're using on your camera requires a hood because it's, it just needs that little extra help when you're outside and you forgot the hood. With this one, you don't have to worry about it. Panel is kind of shiny. It is reflective. If the sun is straight up hitting the panel, you're going to get more reflections. You can still see the image. You can still judge your exposure. You can still frame up your shot, but you're going to notice that it is in fact reflective. If the sun is not, however, hitting it straight on, then those reflections largely disappear. One thing that I've noticed that is very different with this Lilmon5 is that I can turn up the backlight all the way to 10 and it doesn't wash out my image. So many entry-level monitors, right? Or monitors that say, hey, I'm 1000 nits, which by the way, this one is, or I'm 1500 nits, or I'm 1800 nits or whatever. When you turn up that backlight, it begins to lose all the contrast in the image, making it practically useless. You don't have that issue with the Lilmon5. Another cool feature of this Lilmon5 is that let's say you're using a camera, a mirrorless camera that doesn't have a bunch of assignable buttons, and you want to punch in so that you can judge your focus. You want to make sure that your critical focus is nailed. Well, typically on some of those cameras, you would have to go into the menu system and then sort out how it is that you might be able to zoom into the image. Well, on the Lilmon5, all you have to do is the same thing you would do on, say, your iPhone. You take your two fingers pinched in, and then you just expand them out, and you're zooming in, and you're able to drag the image around to make sure that what you want to be in focus is in focus. And to bring it back to 100% or basically zero zoom, you just pinch back in. That's a cool little feature and a cool little add-on. And I'm sure I've already mentioned it, but I'm going to say it again. The operating system on this monitor is the best that OSEE has ever put out. So I'm really happy that they went this route. I'm happy that this is a touchscreen. I'm happy that I don't see all of my fingerprints on the monitor when I'm using it. So it's kind of a win-win in so many different areas. And if this is the direction that OSEE is heading, then I'm very happy to partner with them and continue to use their products, talk about their products, and let you all know what it is that I think. I'll be sure to link down in the description where it is that you might find more information about this little monitor and price and availability and all of that in the links down in the description. If you guys are interested, be sure to check them out. I think this little monitor, if you're in the market for one, this is a very good entry-level monitor under $200 that is kind of hard to beat. And again, the one thing that blows my mind is how good the color is. And I didn't even tell you all that you can actually calibrate this monitor, even if you're in the field, and you can do it quickly. That's something, again, a direction and this vision of where OSEE is going. I'm happy to be partnering with them. Until next time, I'm Carlos, and I will catch up with you guys in the comments. Take care.